Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the SAC Community Podcast. In this show, we will continue exploring different aspects of the stick figure animation world, inviting creators to share their stories and experience. Today, I'm trying to introduce a rising new generation animator, CHorange. His creator designs have not only captured the hearts of many, but also sparking living discussions across the community. And this year, he collaborated with the renowned animator Gildedguy, producing a work that left everyone in awe. In this episode, I will be chatting with CHorange about his creative journey, the stories behind his creator designs, and his role on the future. So let's dive right into today's interview. First, I'd like to ask you, how did you begin creating stick figure animations? This is a question I tend to ask everyone because I'm always curious about what motivated them to join in. It also helps us understand how we can better share and promote this art form to others.
I've been in the stick figure community around mid to late 2019. I first heard of Dojo via Dojo Duels videos and collabs. It wasn't until 2020 where I started animating because of how boring the pandemic was.
It's true that during the pandemic, internet use and demand shock, many people look for different things to try to pass the time. SAC community was actually founded in 2019, and we seen quite a few newcomers who started experimenting with stick figure animation because of the pandemic. What has been the most difficult challenge you face in your animation journey, and how did you overcome it?
Actually finishing my projects and completing them. What I did to combat this was I scaled down how ambitious the project was going to be.
You're absolutely right. Many times we set expectations for ourselves too high, which can actually make it harder to move forward. I often see newcomers give up because of this, and it's something I truly regret. I want them to understand that no one has to perform perfectly right from the start. This year, your collaboration with Gildedguy drew a lot of attention. How did that partnership come about? Could you share the story behind it?
Okay, so in like around early February, Gildedguy was doing like this little duels event where people could duel each other or make their own stories themed around Gildedguy. I think Gildedguy said that he would duel a few people per deadline, and I was the first one he reached out to. And I could assure you that the people I knew me around the community were shocked, to say the least.
Yes, me included. Because before this, I once had a duel with you. I'm always glad to see former partners or friends doing well. What we just talked about, what would you say has been the biggest takeaway or inspiration from your collaboration with Good Guide?
Biggest takeaway from this was when people really liked what you put out, they would most definitely support you. I've seen a couple of fan art of my character during the making of my part, and it just put a smile on my face.
That sounds wonderful. I often see your creator camis being drawn in fan art by others, which shows he already has a growing fan base, and I believe in the future that he become even more well known and loved by many more people. By the way, could you share with us the design story behind your original creator?
He didn't always have a fox hat. It wasn't until like April of 2025 where I gave him one. I want that included because I want him to stand out and not just look like a basic stick figure with a bat.
In recent years, many stick figures have started to develop their own unique designs and no longer just simple ordinary stick figures. I'm really glad to see them become more stylish and memorable, give the audience something that truly stands out and feels more engaged. In your view, what do you think is the most captivating aspect of stick figure animation?
The simplicity and how different people can incorporate different styles to it.
I'm agreeing. Honestly, the simplicity of stick figures is one of their biggest strengths, allowing for complex and field animation. The shape impactful action is also a major draw for audience. Look ahead. What are your hope or vision for your future creation for stick figure animation as a whole for the broader community?
For all three, I hope we get more creative, ambitious, and inspired as the time goes on.
To be specific, I believe the future of the stick figure world needs to keep expanding both in depth and breadth. Eye-catching animation is only the surface. We need to turn the audience we attract into true fans, and let where depends and breadth come into play. Fans in our stories, designs, and settings, things that people can continue to explore and dive deeper into. Breadth means embracing diversity, offering different styles and genres to appeal to a wide range of audience. Simply put, that's my vision for the future of the stick figure world. And right now, I can already see this turn taking shape, which makes me both happy and excited for what's to come. What unique advantages or challenges do you think the new generation of animators have compared to earlier ones?
I feel like new animators have a wide array of inspiration to go off of than the old ones.
Thank you so much for taking part in this interview. It's truly an honor for me to introduce you and your story to my friends and the community. I sincerely wish that your animation journey continues to bring even more surprises. I will be adding a link to CHorange's channel in the video description, so feel free to check out his animation. I'm sure many of you will become fans as well. And if there's someone you like me to interview in the future, let me know in the comments. And who knows, that may just be our next guest. Once again, thank you.